Hey everyone, it's Richard Payne here from Halifax Homes and Lifestyles at eXp Realty. End of the year, well, we're actually in 2021, so start of the new year, but looking back at last year because we want to see what's going on with the stats, so let's get into it. Hey everyone, and welcome to 2021, and we are here because we want to take a look at what happened in 2020. Have a look at the stats, see what was going on, because we know that 2020 was certainly a crazy different world from all aspects, really. It wasn't just like businesses and restaurants shutting down, it wasn't the gyms and leisure clubs, it wasn't the social distancing, COVID-19, but we also know that the real estate, it really got affected in the almost like you'd expect the wrong manner, because like we did not see that decrease. We saw everything take off in real estate in Halifax. So what we're going to do is look at these numbers right in front of me, and we're going to give you guys the idea as to what happened in 2020. And we'll also stay tuned, because we have a really interesting link at the bottom of this, which is actually a podcast I did with a friend of mine, Jason Paul, over at Keller Williams, and we went into everything about 2020 in terms of the stats, in terms of the offer processes and everything. So you know what, it's a pretty good listen, so I would definitely tune into that one. Links just below me here so you can see that one, and again we'll have it at the end of the video. But we want to talk about December specifically, because normally December in Halifax is like pretty much a quiet market. It's not a lot of activity going on, but that's not really the situation. It hasn't been the situation for the whole of 2020, and guess what? December didn't slow down at all. It was absolutely on fire. So let's have a quick look. In December, we sold 464 homes. There are only, at the end of December, 455 active. So you kind of look at that and go, that's nuts. Now, the other interesting part of that as well, it gives us 1 month of inventory, which, yeah, we've been hovering around that 1 to 1.1 months of inventory basically for the last like 7-8 months. So that's not really a surprise to everybody, and anybody who's a buyer or a seller in this market knows that's exactly what's been going on. But when you look at December last year, that was 3.9 months. So let's call it 4. So now instead of having like 4 months of inventory, we've got 1. Now, I also looked at the sale to new listing ratio. We only had 292 new listings come up in December. And if we sold 464, that gives us 159% sale to new listing ratio. So is this market going to continue into 2021? Yeah, pretty much. Because we really need more listings to come on than we do of the sales that we do to actually put some inventory back in the market to slow anything down. It's not happening, like plain and simple, like you can see it. Days on market actually went up. It was 32 on November. It was actually 43. So we had a couple of markets where some of the older properties that have been up for sale actually got sold. And that was 78 days on market last December, so December 19. Average selling price. Yeah, sit down for this one. $426,516, up 25.7% on December 19. Only up a couple of percent on last month, because we've been hovering in the 4s for quite some time now. But it's kind of like when you look at all the numbers that, you know, both screens going on here, like you can absolutely see that this market is not going to slow down. It's going to continue like this. And I think we've done a couple of things in the past as well, a couple of months ago, where we also suggested that was really going to be the same thing. So it's going to happen. It's going to keep going this way. Top markets for you. So top markets, number 1 was actually Timberley, St. Margaret's Bay area with 40 homes sold. Average selling price there of $459,000. 75 days on market. So that was definitely one of the markets that was actually contributing to like a little bit higher days on market in total. $458,000, we said that one. 1.6 months of inventory. Number 2 was actually Bedford. Now Bedford was an interesting one because 35 homes sold, but 19 of those were the brand new builds, so not even constructed yet. 18 days on market, again, brand new builds, typically 0 to 5 days on market. Average selling price there, though, shot up to $617,000, and that was because 2 homes actually sold, and they were over $1 million when it actually went closed, so sold. So that absolutely brought the average price of Bedford all the way up. Number 3, good old Sackville. You got to love that starter market, but $360,000 now for the starter market. Now I did look at that, and there are quite a few homes that were in Indigo Shores that were sold there, which are a new development, but also average price point there is about $450,000. So it's certainly going to bring the overall average of what we call Sackville the starter market. And it's almost a shame that like lower Sackville and middle Sackville do get grouped into one MLS area, and that's what makes it kind of the higher average price point, because Indigo Shores is in middle Sackville. Half a month of inventory, like half a month. 16 homes that are active, so yeah, you know, like that market is just going nuts. 106% of sale to listing price. And then when we look at a couple of other ones just to bring them in, Spryfield is still up there at number 4, just with 31 homes sold, so just behind. But then also Fall River, my little area, here we are in Fall River, actually cropped up into number 5 with 28 homes sold, $497,000 average price point. And for Fall River, like having 0.9 months of inventory is pretty much crazy. So when you look at all of these numbers, it really does tell you the story that we've been saying really all year, which is very strong seller's market. More inventory needs to come on the market right now, because if we're only putting on 292 homes in December, but we're selling 464, there's only 455 active, and January is going to be pretty quick, because I think everyone is looking to almost like beat the spring market and get out there and see exactly what is currently available and start looking at the inventory. We were just out yesterday looking at some houses with a client, and one of the ones that he was talking about putting an offer in, before we even got to putting paper, conditional. So it's kind of be the state. So if you've got any questions about your specific market, then definitely reach out. All the details are kind of flying up. I'm not sure whether they're above me, below me, somewhere, but you know the deal. Like, this is all about the education for you guys, and certainly we want to help you get the right decision made for whatever you've got going on in 2021, because it's going to be another brilliant year for real estate. So there's no other way to describe it than that. So you know all the details. Like, we'd love it if you smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, and we are committed this year to actually doing a lot more videos, so it's going to be an interesting year. So look forward to everything, look forward to helping you, and just reach out if you think we can.